have the political leader of PDP, Mr. Watson Duke. A pleasant good evening, comrade.
Good evening, Mikee K, and good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. So wonderful.
Yes, as always, to have you. Well, I mean, here you have the Prime Minister knocking Farley's independence for keeping THA positions. He said that Augustine and his independents resigned from the PDP last December amid a public spat involving himself and the political leader Watson Duke. Dr. Rowley added that the PDP's collapse has created a situation where the THA executive is in the hands of self-serving independents. What say you? I mean, new party has been launched, and here you have the Prime Minister weighing in on it.
Prime Minister is correct. I do not usually agree with the Prime Minister, but in this instance, I would say he spoke correctly, and he spoke in a manner that represents the interest and the welfare of Tobago. Now, Mikee K, I would say you, if you give me a few minutes,
sure, go ahead.
I would say that there is a huge misunderstanding and a misrepresentation of what Tobago is. Tobago is not a country. Tobago is an island, and that's legal. Most Tobagonians would like Tobago to be its own independent country, with its own laws, its own police, its own prime minister. But Tobago is not a country. Tobago is a ward. Tobago belongs to Trinidad. Trinidad does not belong to Tobago. The Queen, in 1889, ceded, gave Tobago over to Trinidad. It must be understood. Trinidad owns Tobago by law. Hence, Tobago has no power of its own. Allow me to just build another bit.
Please tell us.
In 1945, the Crown Colony that we were under, all of us became under Crown Colony rule. Trinidad was ruled by the Queen, who had a governor here, and persons was elected, etc. Well, they had representation politics, which was only introduced in 1945, I think around 1946, with this whole franchise, adult suffrage, where persons could have voted, etc. But beside that, in 1945, they created what is called county councils. County councils, there were 6 in Trinidad and 1 in Tobago. In 1980, that Tobago County Council became the Tobago House of Assembly. The idea is Tobago has always been clamoring since 1889 for its own independence or greater independence, because prior to 1889, Tobago had its own constitution in 1876. Well, in 1876 it was abolished. They had their own constitution from 1796, and their own THA that made laws, imposed penalties, and regulated Tobago as an independent country. In 1876, the Constitution of Tobago was repealed. These are knowledge that is out there, can be found in the archives of the Tobago Library. There is a Tobago Constitution, independent country. And so from since 1876 to present, Tobago has been clamoring back for its independence, clamoring back for greater autonomy. However, the Tobago House of Assembly that was reincarnated in 1980 did not have the power of the Tobago House of Assembly that was created in 1796. 1980, Tobago House of Assembly was an improvement on the county council that existed. And even today, Tobago House of Assembly is a glorified county council. They have no power to create any law. They have no power to do as they please. In other words, Tobago House of Assembly is a form of local government. It is not called a regional corporation. It is not called a borough. It is not called a city. It is simply called a ward. And it is a form of local government. So I've said that because the chief secretary, he's unlearned in that department. I doesn't understand the Tobago House of Assembly origin from 1980. So that came about from a simple majority act called the Tobago House of Assembly Act.
Right.
It was later modified in 1996, and that is what we have now, Act 40 of 1996. It is a simply majority act. It is not a constitution. Tobago does not have a constitution. It has an act. Just as the Water and Sewerage Authority, just like the EMA, it is a creature of a simple majority act. And in the act prescribes the role and function of the secretary and the other secretaries. And it says the ambit of the Tobago House of Assembly power. It is not a power of itself. The Prime Minister has ultimate power in this country over all the regional corporations, over all the county councils, and over Tobago House of Assembly. He operates the cabinet. There's only one cabinet in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is the cabinet of central government. I've heard my unlearned friends in the Tobago House of Assembly, those led by Farley Augustine, claiming the government of Tobago is erroneous, it is foolish, and it's like a wannabe. Tobago doesn't have a government. Tobago has an executive, but not a government.
Let me bring things here into perspective. I mean, you said that Augustine and his gang had hijacked the THA. You also accused the Prime Minister of being too weak to do what is necessary to get Mr. Augustine out of the THA. Expand on that.
Well, right. The Tobago House of Assembly was voted in by the people of Tobago on December 6th, 2021. They were voted in because of what we said on the platform that we were going to do. It was quite superior to what the CNM had offered and have been offering over the last 21 years of government. And so persons wanted something new. They wanted persons who would actually do what they say and say what they do. We presented ourselves like that. The PDP is known for that. And when we came in, that was our mandate, to fulfill exactly what we said we would do. Farley Augustine went further. Coming to the culmination of the campaign night, he had all candidates sign a social contract. And he had a commission of affidavit sign the contract stating that they will follow the PDP constitution and they will do justice for all in Tobago. Real papishote. Then a few months later, while they would see on the TikTok or IG, a few moments later, we saw a total about turn, a total change of face from Farley Augustine and his team, claiming now to be independent, which means every man for himself and God for us all. There was no allegiance to anything we spoke about on the platform. The social contract was totally annulled. That is the hijack, because they continue to lead Tobago on what we do not know, but they are spending money and claiming that they are improving Tobago according to what?
And you're right. Now, here's where it gets tricky, because this new Tobago People's Party, this TPP, when it is being defined by Mr. Farley, it sounds quite similar to what the PDP was. Now, if you're telling me that whether it was a squabble or whatever, I mean, that's history. And I always say the past doesn't equal the future. But if it is that he steadfast to those things, those principles, as far as serving the people, doing what is best in the interests of the people of Tobago, shouldn't that commitment be something greater than whatever spat or whatever indifference or whatever, argument that didn't come across properly, rather than say, listen, I'm going to form this new party, but on the same grounds and on the same nature that the PDP was founded on. It was never from the top down, it was always from the bottom up. That's how the campaign was. It was about ensuring that Tobagonians get power back in their hands and they're able to rid all the corruption that has been depriving the citizens across there. What is bigger here? Is this something that we're not getting? Is this such an ulterior motive that all that is being done is not turning out to be the interest for the people of Tobago?
Well, certainly, there is a serious power grab that is taking place right now. they are trying to grab power and hold it with both hands. But power is not something to grab. Power is something that one must caress and use in a positive manner to benefit all. It's not something to grab, it's going to destroy you. And clearly, we are seeing, as I predicted in last year, December, I said one of my Facebook Lives, that the team will not move beyond April. And indeed, April is the month of culmination for them. April is their end. What we are seeing after April is only a shadow of what used to be. Tobago must now understand that those who are leading the THC, they are illegitimate, they are void of any vision for Tobago, and as the Prime Minister would have said, they are self-seekers. Self-seekers. They're only thinking about winning the other election. They have promised the people ex-gratia payment has not been paid. They have promised the people to give every community $10 million each community, and there are 50 electoral districts. They reduced it to $150, which is about $15,000 a month. To do what? For which part of the community could that bill? They have promised the people that they will put Tobagonians first. They have put Tobagonians last. They have promised to Tobagonian contractors that they will be dealt justly and be given a lion's share of the economic pie. They have abandoned Tobago contractors for those contractors that exist in Trinidad and are faring well. We are saying if you have to build your economy, you have to build the base. There must be domestic consumption, meaning people at the local level must be able to buy and sell, and that is what causes the economic return. China is free because there are a lot of spending and service providing within China. You cannot grow an economy by just spending. You have to provide service also so as to ensure that what you are spending remains in the economy and build the economy up. Right. When you spend $300 million on Trinidad contractors, that money goes to Trinidad. None of it remains in Tobago. Tobago is not being built up.
But one would think that, that's basic. You campaign on that. You campaign on the fact that all of these things that were taking place, all of these mishaps and allegations of corruption was taking place, that you would have a better management or manage the whole situation a lot better. Now, you also said that you would not be fighting Farley, but instead leaving the matter in the hands of Tobagonians to accept or reject the new party.
Yes. Let me explain that. Farley is a product of Watson's youth. I held his hand, I allowed him to take his first political walk. I would have created Farley to an extent. And I must hate my brother, regardless of what is my brother. But there's something called tough love. And that is what I have for Farley Augustine. Tough love. There's no petting and powdering him. He's a man and he's treated as a man. What he's doing is wrong, and he should be removed from office. But it is not my business to be going around and pretending I'm an opposition for him. There is someone by the name of Kelvin Morris. He's a minority leader, and he is given that task by the THA Act to treat with those issues that he opposed in Tobago in a vehement manner. Not with me.
Watson, if the THA elections were to be called tomorrow, is the PDP ready?
We are more than ready. And I will say this now. If the PDP if the THA election would be called tomorrow, even midnight tonight, the Spartans are ready. We are born ready. We were grown and we were raised to be Spartans. All I have to do is to sound the battle cry, and you will recognize those by his side were really past Spartans, and they do not belong to the Thief People Party.
To have the Prime Minister weigh in on this and say, listen, it has been hijacked. That the collapse has created a situation where the executive of the THA is in the hands of self-serving independents. To have people in Tobago talking about they feel a sense of betrayal. If anything, of course I'm sure you've learned, but what would you put as the most important thing you have learned throughout this entire scenario?
Do not trust those who claim they want to lead. Leadership is a heavy responsibility, and one must be very careful those whom they place that responsibility on. Farley was definitely not ready, and I felt that with people around him, me being by his side, we could have given him the right advice and groom him to become the champion for Tobago. But he had other ideas, obviously. Being a man that grew up with nothing, that grew up in a place where he taught about 20 students, he so much, a place where he preached to about 15 people in a rural church, as a lead preacher, something like that. In a rural village called Spesa, yes, he grew up. Not exposed. He grew up, and when he saw bright lights and car open for him and police following him on blue light, he got swell-headed. When he recognized people bow before him and call him honorable, he got swell-headed. I understand that when people see something bright for the first time, they could be taken back by the light. But now is not a time for self-aggrandizement. Now is not a time to pursue vanity projects. Now is a time to place Tobagonians first. And he failed to do that. So this time around, I myself will be coming to Tobago, and I will be fighting for Tobagonians. Yes, I intend to do that there. Lay down my line, and I'll be fishing for men. And I tell you, we will be ready for election as short as short.
If you had to have a conversation with him, what would be the first thing that you would tell Mr. Augustine?
So I would say to him that he has dropped the ball and he has embarrassed the Tobagonians, and he has a lot to ask forgiveness for. Not just to God, but to those who he has offended vehemently.
All right. Closing comments, go right ahead.
I would say that there's a lot of talk in Tobago that the Prime Minister must see out of Tobago. That cannot be so. The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister of all of Trinidad and Tobago, whether you like him or not. And his cabinet lays the legislative agenda for the Parliament. His team has the majority, and it takes a simple majority to pass the Tobago House of Assembly Act or to nullify the Tobago House of Assembly Act. They have to be very careful how they tread on that. Tobago is its own country, Tobago has its own cabinet, etc. Tobago cannot make a law, nor Tobago can vote down a law. The responsibility now lies in the hands of the Prime Minister. I think the Prime Minister is a soft Prime Minister, very loud, very aggressive. He's a fighter, but when coming to these things, he's very soft. I now wait to see what moves he's going to make to rescue Tobago from these self-serving, so-called independents who have now renamed themselves Thief People Party, TPP.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dew. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you.